Uh, Remember when money was actually valuable and not just exchangeable for things that are valuable? The money itself was valuable. It wasn't all that long ago. These are some of the coins I'd see in my pocket as a kid. This happens to be a 1964 set. Copper bullion, silver bullion, nickel bullion. Nothing here is steel or paper. I remember my dad used to say, instead of saying change, he'd say silver. So we'd be at the counter or whatever, and he'd be looking for a dime or something. He'd say, "Do you got any silver?" Well, what he meant was change, but when he grew up, they called it silver because that's all it was. He'd have a pocket full of silver when you went to the corner store to buy baseball cards or whatever. He doesn't really say that anymore. He calls it change now. I have a bit of a sad story regarding silver. When my best friend got married, he chose me as his best man, and as is customary, he gave me a gift. And that gift was a silver chain. It was a nice thick silver chain. I don't know how much it was worth at the time, but it doesn't matter. It was silver, and I've always enjoyed silver, even before I went off the deep end about a year and a half ago. But I loved the chain, and I wore it everywhere. Wore it in the shower even. But I went on a trip, and I stayed in a hotel in the U.S., and while I was there, I was going out of the room, and I thought, oh, I've heard that maids sometimes take stuff. So I tossed it in one of the drawers, thinking, out of sight, out of mind. But no, apparently the maids did a very thorough job of looking through all my stuff, and my silver chain was gone when I got back to the room. And didn't matter that it was probably half an ounce of silver or less. What mattered was it came from my best friend, and it was given to me on a special occasion, and you can't get that back. Even if he could buy me another chain, it's not the same chain, right? So, not the kind of person who holds sentimental value over particular objects very often, but that was one thing that, it sort of ruined the trip for me. Well, no, it didn't. But it soured the trip a little bit. There's a happy story here as well. I was going through some stuff today, old box of crap, and I had put this chain in there a long time ago, thinking that it was, just a knockoff steel chain or whatever, maybe nickel or whatever. I don't know what else they make chains out of other than silver, but I just thought it was a silver look-alike chain. Anyways, I pulled it out of an old box today, and it was black, very black and tarnished, and I thought, usually only silver tarnishes that way. So I thought, I'll throw it into one of my tarnish removing experiments and see if that works. Now I know that if you throw non-silver into the sodium bicarbonate and salt, hot water, tinfoil combination, it usually ruins the metal. So I thought, well, if it's junk, it'll be ruined, and if it's silver, it'll come out shiny. Well, it came out shiny. So apparently this chain, which I found at the bottom of a lake when I was a kid, saw something shiny and I swam down and got it, pulled it up, and my parents told me it was junk, but it's not. I don't know if this is a guy's chain or a girl's chain or what. It's kind of thin, but I was pretty impressed that it actually is silver. And you're not going to see it on here, but right there is a little mark that says, well, I'll show you the picture. So, yeah, it is a silver chain made in Italy. Happy ending.